Grain legumes, such as chickpeas, beans, or lentils, are often grown in relatively dry areas and without irrigation. Let's take chickpea. It is grown in Mediterranean or subtropical climates. India, Australia, Pakistan, Turkey, Myanmar, and Ethiopia are the world's largest producers. Typically, they do not receive a lot of rainfall, and often only little water is available towards the end of the growing period. This is what we call terminal drought. But what would you do if you're running out of water? Probably you would move and go somewhere else. But what can plants do? They cannot just put their shoes on and walk away, so plants have to save water. To know how to reduce water losses, we first have to take a look how water is lost from a chickpea field. Water is mostly lost by the plant through transpiration and from the soil through evaporation. Soil evaporation can be limited by shading the soil surface. Farmers can directly influence the ground cover of the soil, for example, by using plants that grow branches horizontally or by planting plants more close to each other. In this way, less water is lost from soil. Transpiration, instead, is when water leaves the leaf through pores on the leaf surface, called stomata. Stomata open to take up carbon, which plants need for growth, but at the same time, water escapes. Plants can open and close their stomata depending on many factors, such as light, atmospheric CO2 concentration, soil water availability, and air humidity. During drought, the plant faces the dilemma whether to open their stomata and lose water, or close them but limit carbon uptake. A very effective way to reduce water loss is to close the stomata at times when the air is dry. Chickpea plants that do well under drought show this flexible mechanism in response to air humidity. Also, early flowering and seed production can be useful to escape later stages of drought. These plants mature faster and develop seeds before terminal drought. Ultimately, a long and large root system can be beneficial to access deep water reserves, although these reserves must be present. Eventually, the best strategy to cope with drought depends on the timing and intensity of the drought. Chickpeas and legumes in general are an important agricultural crop. For farmers, it is important to have plants that combine the best ways to cope with drought. Therefore, we need scientists to select chickpeas with the best characteristic to use water effectively. Ultimately, will be a combined effort of scientists and farmers to develop the best systems to secure food for the future generation.